Hello. Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
everybody. It is Chompo back here with Matilius258 for our
Hi.
yes, for our what? Episode number 3. Aw yeah, of our Forestry, the bees, TPPI, whatnot. As you can see, we are standing up on our what did we call this place? Is this just our hang glider? Hang
I
glider?
don't think we've named it yet.
Yeah, I don't think we have either. We
Um,
probably should name it.
the the um
The jumpy off pad.
hmm,
Can we call it that? The jumpy offy pad? No?
the jumpy offy pad.
Yes? No? Maybe?
Sure.
Yes, the jumpy offy pad. Basically, what it is, pretty simple. Just a bunch of elevators that go all the way up to top to the 256. We've got hang gliders, and we're gonna jump off. Basically, and we've been and he jumped without me. Oh no, he didn't.
I was just playing with the elevators.
All right, are you ready to jump? 3,
Yep.
2,
Where are we jumping?
everywhere.
Oh. How's he? Oh, didn't work.
So a lot has happened since our last video. We have, as you can see on the mini map, we've finished our house. We also have this other nifty little thing. It's really cool. Are you going to the pods?
Guess I could.
Yeah, I'll go
Hope
meet
I'm
you up
going
at
the
the
right way.
pods. I'll meet you at the pods. So we've done a couple of nifty things. So first is Matilius here finished the house for us. And a very nice landing area with our paint can. We also...
Show me.
Yeah, go him. We have also finished our storage units. So that was nice. We've got all storagey stuff. You can see that we've got a creative energy cell. Don't worry, we were doing a lot of testing off camera, and we forgot to get rid of a couple of things. So by next episode, everything will be hooked up to our main power supply. We've got over here, we've got our ore processing. That's all hooked up. But we need to get rid of this creative energy cell, so don't worry, we're not cheats. We're just gonna do that. We've also got an incinerator. Again, Matilius's idea. Pretty cool. We got a quarry running. Right now we don't. It finished, and I'm too lazy to go move it. We've got our powerhouse right here. This is where all the power is going to come from. I'm also going to be making tesseracts so that we can send the power to the pods, which you will see very soon. But today's...
Go through the new... Oh, what? No, it's not there yet. Never mind.
Yeah, no.
Only show that thing off.
Well, I need to first do the forestry update, because this is Forestry TPPI, the bees. I am proud to say, everybody, we got the commons. Our very first mutation. You get a common through 2 wild bees. So you take any of these 2 bees that you see right here, and you have a chance of breeding a common bee. Luckily, we got a common bee. It wasn't a pure common, so then it did take a little bit of time to get a pure common, but this is a common queen. Sorry for that. We've got a centrifuge working, but y'all know that. Carpenter. I've also started doing the gendistry. So here we have a genetic sampler with blank gene samples and the genetic labware that is required. And we also have the genetic imprinter, so we can take if we find a nice gene thing, let's say. And then if we put it into our master template, As you can see, we already have flowers and everything else is missing. Basically what happens is when you put flowers into a bee, it makes it so that it only needs flowers instead of like nether or ferns or whatnot. Now, enough of that update. What we're going to do also with the commons is, I think over here. No, where is it? Oh, I must have used it. Next time this finishes, I'm going to be using one of the common bees with a princess. I'll probably use a rocky princess or this meadows one to hopefully get diligent, I believe is the next one in line. But today's forestry lesson: beehives, apiaries, and the industrial beehive. So let's get started. Sorry.
Can we not have singing titles?
Sorry. Fine. So there's really
Unless you're Jiminy Cricket.
If you wish upon a star, that star is probably dead, just like your dreams. And this has been a PSA from Chompo. Terrible. All right. So there's 4 different types of apiaries. I'm going to say apiaries for the rest, even though the apiary only really requires this. You've got the bee house, which is what we've been using. Pretty standard. Put 2 bees, make honey, comb, stubs. Then you've got the apiary, which you can see the difference between the beehive is that it's got these 3 slots, and I will go into what those are in a second. You've got the alveary, which is a multi-block structure, but the problem with the the thing with the alveary is it is a multi-block structure that requires industrial jelly. No, industrial jelly, not industrial jelly. Royal jelly and pollen, which you get from the industrial bee and the whatever the other top line is. Industrial. Whatever. It's the industrial bee and something else that is totally, I can't remember off the top of my head, so I apologize. So, you got the bee house, pretty simple. Apiary, I'll get into the frames in a second. And then we also have the the industrial apiary. This is basically a remote access to all of our stuff downstairs so that we can get things easier. Now, the industrial apiary is what we're going to be using in our bee breeding. Not so much our bee. We will probably also use it when the time comes in our bee production. Oh shoot! Got poisoned by standing in there too long.
Wait, we have poisonous bees?
Yes.
What? When did this happen?
They're one of the wild bees. It's the jungle, the tropical ones, the ones that we need to use to get the silky wisp stuff. Anyway, industrial apiary. Let's get into it very quickly. So there's a couple things you'll see. I'm gonna keep it always on. We're gonna keep it over here. You see the Minecraft jewels. It doesn't have any energy, so we can't use any of it. You got the 2 bee slots, but then over here we have 4 different little upgrades. And if we come here to Gendustry, excuse me, we see that we have all of these. The industrial apiary makes it so that you don't have to. Let's say we start going down one of the nether lines. Why is this not? This should be sending. Okay, I'll fix that later. So let's say we're going to start using some of the nether bees and going down the nether area. Well, to do that, we actually have to be in the nether, and that's kind of a pain. What do you think, Matilius? Would you like to go to the nether every time you want to do some bee breeding?
No.
Exactly. Well, Industrial Apiary has the solution to that. Hell Emulation Upgrade. It makes it so that the biome is hell, so that we no longer have to go down to the nether. And we've got all different types of these. We've got production, which increases production by 20%, but it also increases the energy consumption. The lifespan, it lowers the lifespan so that you crank out more bees quicker. Flowering upgrade, flowers. Territory, not really helpful. These four are very important because it raises and lowers the dryness, or it either makes it more humid or drier, depending on what your bee wants. And then you've also got the heater and the cooler upgrade. And you got the seal upgrade, and these just kind of, if we come over here, we pick out just a random bee, beealizer. So here we see that, no, here it is. So it needs a normal climate, a temperature tolerability of 0 either way. So it needs to have like a, 18 generations in captivity. That's new. I've not seen that before. Basically, this means that it can't be too hot or too cold. It has to be like normal, let's say. Humidity, normal. So if we get then instead a modest, you can tell that it can go, its temperature tolerance can either be 1 up or 1 below hot, let's say. So we could be, so yeah, hot can either go up or down. The humidity needs to be arid, so we would have to use the heater upgrades. And the humidity tolerance is it can only go up 1. It can't go down. As I learn more, I will probably be able to explain this more, or in the comments you will probably say that I was totally and completely wrong, and in which case, good on you. And then we've got the light upgrade. This makes it so that it's always light inside the industrial apiary. Doesn't matter if it's dark outside, though, since it doesn't matter since we've got our little light setup going on there. We've got the open sky upgrade, which makes it so that you can have, because basically, here, let me show you very quickly. Here, if I put a beehive under this, it wouldn't work because it doesn't have a direct path light to the sky. If we use an open sky upgrade, we are able to simulate it having an open sky, and thus it doesn't matter what is above the industrial apiary. Hell emulation, just, it's like the nether. The automation makes it so that we can automate that industrial apiary. The sieve upgrade, just pollen collection. I don't know. I've never actually personally used it, so I wouldn't be able to totally tell you. We've got the desert emulation, and we've got desert, plains, and jungle emulation. Same thing as the hell. And the genetic stabilizer. This lowers the genetic decay by 100%. Basically, you want to use that if you have a bee that is of ignoble stock. Because there's 2 types of stocks. You've got the pristine stock and the ignoble stock. Every time an ignoble stock is... Oh, hello. Every time the ignoble stock is used, it will, like, kind of... There's a chance that it will completely just die out. You won't get anything in return. But pristine will always give you something in return. Alright, so that's the industrial apiary. And now let's get down to the apiary. We have gotten a lot of resources, so we're able to make industrial apiaries. But if you're starting out, you're going to want to get apiaries. To get an apiary is quite simple. Just like this, impregnated casing, and seed oil, and so on and so forth. We do not have a good income of seed oil, so I actually did spawn in this apiary just to kind of show you. I will be getting rid of it, don't worry. So those 3 bits that you saw in here are for frames. So there's different types of frames, and I will tell you what each one of them does, though you won't see anything moving. I actually have to pull up a another I have to pull up the browser, so you won't see me moving, but you'll hear me talking. So you've got chocolate frame, restraint frame, soul frame, healing frame, proven frame, impregnated frame, untreated frame. The Nova frame is a cheat item that what it does is it changes the bee's lifespan to 1 tick. And then you've got the magic bee stuff, magic, resilient, gentle, so on and so forth. To make a frame is quite simple. You need to have an untreated frame. Oh, wait, what? Okay, so these are all magic. To make all the magic bee stuff, you need, like, a magic frame, and to make a magic frame, you need an untreated frame. An untreated frame is string with sticks around it. To make all these other frames, if I believe, yeah, you need the impregnated frame, and that's impregnated sticks around string. To make an impregnated stick, you need 2 wood, not like not normal, not wooden planks. You need the raw wood, and 0.1 seed oil, and that will make you 2 impregnated sticks. I am now going to tell you, you can look at my beautiful avatar in my glorious inventory, what each frame does. The untreated frame has 80 durability and ×2 production. Impregnated frame is 240 durability ×2 production. And proven frame is 720 durability ×2 production. These are what you would call the basic frames. Those are just in the normal forestry if you don't have extra bees or magic bees. The extra bee frames, you have the chocolate frame. It has a durability of 240. It has a ×1.5 production with a ×0.5 lifespan. If you don't know math, the 0.5 lifespan will actually lower the lifespan. Am I correct, Matthias? Well, if it's a 0.5 ×0.5 lifespan, it will lower the lifespan.
Yeah.
All right.
To 0.25.
All right. I can do my math. Good for me. Next, we have the healing frame. It has a durability of 240, ×1.5 lifespan, ×0.75 production, and ×0.5 mutation rate. This is good because although it lowers production, it will increase actually the mutation rate. Because mutation rate is set at, like, I don't know, let's just say it's like 1 or something every 100, I don't know. But this will raise the mutation rate, which makes it so that if you put, let's say, 2 wild bees together, there's a higher chance of getting the healing frame. The Nova frame, as I told you, the function shortened lifespan to 1 cycle and changes mutation rate to 100%. Unobtainable except if in creative mode or as an OP on a server. We then have the restraint frame of a durability of 240 with a ×0.75 lifespan, ×0.75 production, ×0.5 area for special effects such as poison, flammable, beatific, etc. I don't know what you would use this for. It seems kind of useless, but... Alright, everybody. Sorry about that. You're probably going to see a small cut there. Perhaps decided to be a little bitch on me. Anyway, let's finish up what I was talking about. So I just finished up the restraint frame. And so the soul frame is the last of the extra bees. It has a durability of 80, 1.5 mutation rate, 0.75 lifespan, and 0.25 production. Now we're moving on to the magic bees. Starting off, we've got the magic frame with the 240 durability ×2 production and -2 viz per use. Then we'll move on to the gentle frame of 200 durability, 1.5 lifespan, 1.4 production, 0.7 mutation rate, -1 vis per use. Sano and Victus Flux will be released. The metabolic frame of 120 with a 1.2 production, 1.8 mutation rate, -5 viz per use, and Promotatio and Modus Flux will be released. We have the necrotic frame with the 270 durability, 0.3 lifespan, 0.75 production, -1 vis per use, and the mortis and venenum flux will be released. Then we have the resilient frame with 840 durability, times 2 production, -2 vis per use. Tutamin flux will be released. Then we have the temporal frame with 300 durability with a 2.5 lifespan, -1 vis per use, and the tempest flux will be released. Finally, we have the oblivion frame with 60 durability, and the function states sets lifespan of the bee equal to 1 cycle, 27.5 seconds or 550 ticks, -15 vis per use, and the tempest flux will be released. Has an endgame recipe and can be found as loot in dungeon chests. So there you have it. Those are all the frames used in the apiary. I do not recommend that you mix and match. I recommend that you, if let's say you want to use soul frames, that you put 3 soul frames in so that you can triple the effects. Finally, as you can see here, what? I moved the teleporter. Alright then, I'll probably just fly over, but apparently Metilius moved the teleporter that we had. Here you can see our...
First one on the left.
Alright, here you can see our black hole. This is... It took a buttload of time to make all of these teleporters, and a lot of painting to make everything black. I thought it'd be a cool idea that we had a teleporter room, and this goes to the bee pods. This is the last thing I'm going to show you for this video. Alright, kind of trailed off there, sorry. So this is the bee pods that I was telling you about. Here we can see this is a design concept that I came up with. Basically what happens is, in our testing, we wanted to use the industrial teleporters. What are they called? Industrial craft teleporters. But for whatever reason, I could not get them to work, so we will be using command blocks. I apologize. I know it's kind of cheaty, but we just could not seem to get the industrial craft teleporters to work, and I don't want to use the mechanism ones. So basically, each one of these pods will have a different kind of bee stuff going on, and each pod will have industrial apiaries. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do this yet. Xpilot had the idea, Metilius, that we use his tree as the where we do all the genetic stuff.
I thought we were going to use that down here.
Yeah, I don't.
Oops.
I know. It's a thought. We still have to think about it. If we don't use Xpilot's tree, then down here, excuse me, will be where we have everything, like all the genetic mutationing stuff. And I apologize. Also, I wanna. There was a comment. I can't remember the commenter's name. He seemed distressed that in our first video we did not talk about bees. I'd like to state that we were starting up really in the world, and we didn't have bees in mind for that first episode. The second episode we did, so we did have bees. Every one of these videos will have a different, hopefully a different update on what's been happening, and they will sooner or later start turning into more of a let's play sort of thing. But right now we're still getting kind of all of the, I want to say maintenance. We're still getting all of the maintenance up and running. Aw, you cheaty bastard. He knew that. He knew I was going to do that. So we're just kind of getting all of the... Because honestly, I don't think you guys want to see us building these pods. It's pretty monotonous. So, and that's really what we spend a lot of our off-camera time doing. And so I kind of made an executive decision as to just not show it. When we get into the magic stuff, because even though this is mentioned for forestry and the bees, as I said, bees take a long-ass time to work with. So to pass the time, also, we're going to be doing magic. So when we start our magic careers, we will definitely get that on camera. But for now, I'd like to say thank you for watching episode 3. That's a beautiful pipe that I didn't know he had installed, or hasn't installed yet, because I need to get the test rack set up.
Yeah, how does that actually work? You haven't yet told me.
Yeah, I know. It's a secret. So basically, thank you everybody for watching episode 3. This is Chompo signing off, and we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully, I promise, well, I don't promise, but hopefully, we will actually start doing magic, and we will have more bees set up. Because remember, our end game for this, the ending of this, is to get all 200 blah 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 bees. So, thank you.
Bye.
You want to say anything else, Mattilius? Just bye.
No, just bye.
Okay. So there you had it, folks. Bye-bye, everyone.